everyone, it's Brittany with Hope Tech. Once again, welcome to lesson 13. We are almost done, you guys. So we have this week and next week, and we're done. So it's exciting. Thanks for all of you that have been hanging in here since last quarter, and congratulations also to those who have joined us this quarter. So today is level 4, part 3. We're finishing up level 4 today. So go ahead and get your device ready maker. We'll get going on that in one moment. So we got our Ready Maker tutorial. As usual, we'll have 2 screenshots today. They'll both be events. And here's our values. The values of Hope Tech. Be bold, encourage, and explore. So for today, we're gonna put in that object that we collect. I figured out how to do what I was hoping to do, like I talked about last week, where it'll appear when the boss is destroyed, and we can collect it. And then we're going to put in the you win and you lose into level 4. We're going to put in the timer like we usually do. Fallen Pit and Reload, that event that Isaiah came up with for us, and let me know if you have any questions. So screenshots for today, we're going to do a screenshot of the event for the object that we collect, and the things that happen and go along with that, like having the effects. We're going to put the effect on the object and that going off, and our collect object, the opacity setting to 0, all that stuff, and a timer event that when the timer hits a certain time, like I think we usually do like 2 or 3 seconds, then it will reset the scene. So let's go ahead and head on over to Ready Maker. So I already have level 4 open here. So go ahead and open up your level 4, and first thing we're going to do is put in that object to collect. Actually, let's go over what we did last week. We did a lot last week. We did a lot of new stuff last week. So some of the things we did is we set the value for our score bar here. We did that in our events and we maxed it out. So our score bar, we did a lot of events. So I'll just go through these events really quick. We set our score bar to 10. We made it so that when we hit the boss, it subtracts 1 from the score bar. So we have to hit him 10 times. And then when the score bar equals 0, the boss's opacity turns to 0. And then we have an effect where it like explodes or something like that, and then set solid to off. And then we put in a circle, and the circle moves back and forth and drops an object that we put off to the side here. This object would turn on some gravity, and we have this circle cloning this object, and it's making it fall into the scene. It's like our enemy. Instead of having a floating enemy, we're trying something different this time. And to have it move, the circle move back and forth, we're saying for mine it's 4 seconds. The circle mirrors the velocity of the bullet movement that we gave it, so we can have it move around back and forth up in the top. We also have this event where every so many seconds, the circle clones. For me, it's a bomb. And we gave that bomb gravity, so that way it actually falls. And if this bomb senses my little player, Cupcake Carl, then it's going to restart the scene. We'll actually do a you lose or game over type event thing. We'll change this up a little bit today, but we'll do that in a little bit. So first, let's go ahead and add an object. So let's add an object to collect. I'm going to do food. I've been pretty consistent with food. I don't remember what I have and haven't used yet. But oh, it was strawberry. I might have done a strawberry already. I don't really know, but it's all good. So what we're going to do first is we're going to have the object that we're going to collect at the end. We're going to go into appearance for that object. We're going to set solid to off. We're also going to set hidden, which is, I think, oh, here it is. I skipped it. Hidden to on. So we want it to hide. We don't want it to be solid because we're going to have it appear when the boss disappears. So let's go ahead and add the effect for this object. So I'm going to click on my strawberry. I'm going to click on effects. It's the 4th item down on the left. It's a lightning bolt. Click on add effect. I like the explosion effects. It's like a bomb. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to keep it active on for now so I can see it. Let's try something different. How about purple fireworks? I like it. I can make them bigger. Let's try frequency. 7, 2. I haven't really played with this. Yeah, I'm going to do a frequency of 1. I'm going to make it big. There we go. I like it. So right now, if we hit play, even though our strawberry's hidden, it could potentially just have it go off. So I'm going to go into my effect and turn active off. I'll keep loop on and have it loop when we activate it. But yeah, okay. So we have our object, we have our effects, and then let's go ahead and have it so that this appears when the boss is beaten. So we're gonna go to our events, the little traffic light thing up in the right. Almost call it, I guess it's a soft light. We're gonna have it appear when we have this event number, it's number 3. It may be different for you. It's probably number 3 for you. When the life meter equals 0, we have the boss's opacity equals 0. We set solid to off. We set the explosion effects active for the boss. And then we're gonna hit the plus sign on that last line. It'll bring up how many lines is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a 5-line event. So we're gonna have the object that we're collecting up here. So for me, it's a strawberry. I'm going to select strawberry for my first block. Appearance, set hidden, no. So it should appear. So let's go ahead before we test this all out, because we're going to have to move some stuff around. Let's do a few more things before we start testing. So let's go ahead and put in you win and you lose. I'm going to do it the easy way today. You can do it 2 ways. You can either go into artwork and you can type in 1 and there's a U1 that's already populated. The other way to do it, if you want to get like customize your game even more, you can go to interface and text and put in a text box. And just a reminder, when you put in a text box, I'll just show you where it is really quick. You go into appearance. For all of these, we're going to set solid to off and hidden on because we don't want to look at it yet. We want to see it when certain things happen. Where it says text here, that's where you would type in like you won or you win or whatever. And then further down, I think it's further down. Yeah, font size, you can change that to like whatever size and also resize it here. So I'm going to delete that. I'm just going to use this U1. And then we're going to put in a U lose. So let me get this U1. I'm going to go into appearance, turn solid off, hidden on. And now you put in either another text box, or you can go back into artwork again, all the way at the bottom. It's hiding from me. They also have like a U lose thing in artwork. So I'm just going to use the ones that are already made for me. You lose, we're going to do the same thing in appearance. If you have a text box, you do the same thing where you write in your text. You change the font size. Also make sure you turn solid off and hidden on. So they're there, and then when we turn this on, they're not there. And we want solid off because if we don't have solid off, it acts like a platform. And then you have this invisible platform thing you're messing around with that you don't want to interact with. So let's also put in our timer. And if you guys don't remember, we're gonna hit the plus sign on the right again. I'm gonna click out, just X out of my search here. Collapse artwork, interface and text. There's a timer. We can just put that anywhere off to the side. Same thing, we're gonna turn solid off on this guy. And then further down, active off. So it's an appearance, active off, solid off, because we don't want to turn on. What we're going to do is we have this timer in here. We're going to activate the timer when something happens where we should lose the game, like falling off the side of the screen, like that. We'll do the fall and pit and reload. Or if one of the falling objects hits us, we're going to start the timer for a certain amount of time, like 3 seconds. And for 3 seconds, we're going to have you lose come up, and then we're going to have it restart the scene. Otherwise, it'll just be restarting the scene. It's just kind of a nicer flow for your game. So let's go ahead and do an event to win the game. So let's go ahead and hit that stoplight up on the right. Click on a button for a new event. They're green. So we're going to say when our hero. So for me, I have Cupcake Carl. Second block will be sensing. Is collided with object or is touching object. For me, it's a strawberry. So it's whatever we're collecting after it appears and is able to be collected. So we're going to turn the effects on for that object. So I'm going to say strawberry, explosion effects, set active, yes. Or you can also say run effect. I still don't know the difference, and I say that every time, but I don't. So we're going to do another line. So you're going to hit the plus on the right of that do line where you have your collect object. So on that third line, we are going to click U1 appearance, set hidden, and no. We don't want it to be hidden anymore. We want it to be seen. And then we're also, what we usually do is set that our token object, the opacity, to 0. So we're going to hit the plus sign one more time, the bottom right. And then I'm going to select my strawberry, appearance, and then set opacity. I've done it before, like kind of wrong and weird, where it did change opacity, but we're going to do set opacity. And it's like the pixely looking gray and white pixel. It just means block, square thing. And we're going to set that opacity to 0 and hit confirm. So now you should have this lovely 4-line event here. And then let's go ahead and make our event for the timer. So you can click add new event at the bottom or up the left there, depending on your platform. It might be different. But we're going to add a new event. And then we're going to select the timer for our first block in our first line. So timer, timer label greater than, let's do 3 seconds. So this is not 33, and that's a long time. I don't want to wait half a minute. So this is how long the timer is going to run before the system restarts. I'm going to hit confirm. We've done this before, so you guys might remember, but if you don't, it'll all come back to you when we get this all going and see how it works with our game. So our second line will be system, restart scene. But we need to tell our game when the timer needs to be activated. And to do that, we are going to add the timer to an existing event. So it's this one, event number 6 in here, where if Cupcake Carl and the bombs collide, for me, it's a bomb, whatever's falling out of the sky. It says system restart scene. Instead, we want you lose to appear, and we want to start the timer. And then after we start the timer, it will activate this most recent event that we made, where when the timer has been active for 3 seconds, it'll restart the scene. The nice thing about that is, like I was saying earlier, that way you can actually, it says you lose, and then you have time. I don't know, like I said, flow. It's good flow. So you could do either remove this line, or you can just go over the blocks again, either way. I'm going to remove it. I'm going to just start over. So my first line is bomb sensing collided with object Cupcake Carl. What happens when that happens? I want you lose, appearance, set hidden, no. I don't want it to hide anymore. I'm going to add a new line. And this is to activate the timer. So first block will be timer, timer label, set active, yes. So if a bomb hits me, that timer that I have off to the side, it's going to start counting up. It'll start at 0 and it'll go up to 3, and then it'll restart the scene. Let's go ahead and also make another new event for, fall and hit and reload. Like if we go off the screen, I have a floor, but I could technically, I'll test it out. Could go off the floor and down, and it'll restart my scene. So I'm going to do a new event again. And then we're going to test this all out. So doing a little different. Instead of doing event and testing, do an event and test, do an event and test. Let's just do all these events, test it all. And then I'll go back and we'll look at the events again really quick, because we're doing 2 events for screenshots today. So for the fall and pit and reloads, one Isaiah came up with a while back and was teaching us, is we're going to select our player. The second block is going to be position. It has a Y and X axis thing, little graph. We're going to say is below coordinate. And it has a robot head. So you just want to make sure it's below, because we want it when, if we have the line here, if this is the bottom of our screen, we want when our character goes below that coordinate down there, that it'll say you lose and restarts the scene. So it's going to be -2. -3 works too. It just depends on how much time you want before this activates and starts working. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to copy basically, it's further up than I thought. This 2 lines will be the same. This you lose is going to appear. So for the second line, choose object, you lose, appearance, set hidden, no, and another line. So we're going to add a third line, and it will be timer labels, set active, and yes. So let's go ahead and hit done. Let me look through what we did. So we should, you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to move this circle just to make it easy, because I got to check and see if this little strawberry appears after I get the boss, and it's really hard for me to get the boss dropping bombs right over where the mouth is. So I'm going to move this over, and it's still going to drop bombs, and I could still test it, but it'll be easier for me to test it. And then I'm going to move this circle back, so make it more challenging again. So I'm going to hit play. So first I'll do die and pit and reload. My game is very, very inconsistent on the way that it like organizes this floor here. Sometimes it's like all up in the screen, and sometimes you can barely see Cupcake Carl. So let's move that up. All right, so die and pit and reload works. Let me see if I can get hit by a bomb. Oh, I can't. I'm trying and I can't even do it. But whenever I try to play my game, I'm just always getting hit by bombs. I'm going to move this circle down a little bit more so I can see it. There we go. Maybe I can just kind of track it, maybe. That was so close. It's like I can't ever get to beat the boss because I keep getting hit by bombs, and I can't hit the bombs when I want to. All right, well, let's keep going on over. I'm going to go to the mouth, to the boss. It should be whenever I touch him. See, my strawberry's there. I'm not interacting with it, so that's good. I think I can like super jump. See if I can get this boss. Get him to explode quickly. There he goes. Oh, and there's my strawberry. I'm going to collect my strawberry. It's fireworks, and I win. All right, sweet. So I'm going to move this back. It's the same, so I'm guessing it's going to work. Let me move it down a little bit. I'm just going to check my circle and make sure it's going, like hitting the right areas in my game. Yeah, that works. So I'm going to just move it up a little bit. Let's go ahead and save our game. So we're going to click that little gear on the right, click on that little zip disk thing. All right, guys, that's it. That's it for level 4. So let's go over what we did today, just really quick. We have put in our token object, our little collection object, had that appear after the boss disappears and explodes and goes away. We did the you lose, you win, did the timer, and the effects and things in the U1, setting the opacity of our collection object when our hero touches it. So everything's working. Did this timer label and fall and pit and reload. So 2 things that we're gonna take pictures of. Screenshot time. If your events are labeled the same as mine, it's event number 7. So it's when Cupcake Carl, your hero, you don't have Cupcake Carl, I have Cupcake Carl. Whoever your player is, it's just when you sense that collection object. And then it should have 4 lines. So it's when you when you're sensing that object and the explosion effects that are set active, And then U1 is not hidden anymore. And then that object, the opacity is set to 0. So that's one screenshot. Other screenshot is this one where when your timer is greater than a certain amount of seconds, the system restarts the scene. And that's it. Just those two. So it's event number 7, event number 8. And click done. Again, you can save your game again. Make sure everything works. And that's it, you guys. So next week, what we're going to do is we are going to link our levels together. We're going to link, for those of you who have been here since last quarter, we're going to link level 2 and level 3. And then all of us together will also link level 3 and level 4 for those of you just joined us recently. So well done, you guys. You guys have been doing a great job. And then we're going to be sharing our links for our games, and we'll be doing a little showcase, showing them off. So that's for next week. So if you have some things you want to change in your game, feel free to do that before class. We'll have a little bit of time during class to do that as well, just like last minute things. And if you have any questions about anything or need help with anything or wanted to figure out how to do something, just email you. You can contact me through the Google Classroom, or you can email me at it's Brittany@hopetechuse.com, and it's BRITTANY. So let me know if you need anything, and if not, I'll see you next week.